What do y'all think about some of the argument and debate that's happening like amongst some of the music production influencers and whatnot on YouTube? I've been seeing a lot of that happen over the past months and whatnot. It's like every couple months there's like some type of like schism, as I would call it, between music producers, especially on the influencer side. What are y'all thoughts about that? What's going on? What do you think is causing that? What's your thoughts on that? I know some of y'all are paying attention more than others. If you've paid attention to any of them that are kind of like going back and forth with each other, because there's a lot of them. It's not just one set. There's a lot of them. What's your thoughts on that, though? I'm very curious because I see a lot of it going on, and it happens quite often. But I have some thoughts on it, but I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts. I don't like to see it either, but I think there's some challenges there I think that need to be addressed, but there's too much other stuff we could be doing. I have some thoughts that some of that may be rooted in just the lack of urgency within music and music production today. There's no reason for people to really care about the music you're doing, but I think we care about like drama, we care about conspiracy, and I think that creates some urgency and some relevance. So it's a good way to start driving people to be concerned about what you're doing. So I often wonder how much of that is manufactured versus real. I'm sure some of it is real, but I think that drama part makes it like it makes the numbers go up differently. The numbers gonna hit differently when it's like, oh, what did he say back? Oh, he said something. Oh, it's gonna be some drama now. Cause I can tell you, I've watched it on my own channel. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I'm intentional about the thumbnails and titles that I use for my YouTube content. I'm intentional about it. And I know certain thumbnails and titles allude to certain things that are triggers. That's on purpose. You can call it rage bait. You can call it whatever you want. Because I already know that I'm perceived a certain way anyhow. I'm okay with owning that. If you perceive me a certain way because you don't know where I'm coming from,
Hulk Hogan, yeah. You see, you don't know where the macho man is coming from?
that's where I'm coming from with the way I approach making thumbnails. Is like I already understand. It's gotta address something that you care about in a way that makes you have a reaction to it. Otherwise, you don't care. So then I think the same is true with the little beefs and stuff that are happening. I kind of feel like a lot of the little beefs that happen in the producer community is the same thing. It's these little promos, right? We get up on our in front of our cameras and start talking, yeah, blah 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 blah, and this person is doing this and this person is doing that, and they don't know. And it's just like it's all promos in the end. It's channel promos, right? That's what I think. I think it's all channel promos. I think, as the youngsters call it on other platforms, is clip farming. It's trying to create a crash out moment to get some clips to go viral. Because I think a lot of the drama and beef don't be real beef. It can't be real beef. Ain't no way. But I find it interesting. I'm not a fan of that strategically as far as like beefing with other producers because you got too much other potential enemies or villains you can go after as a music producer if you really want some drama. Like there's people literally taking your money and your resources and your IP that you could actually be going after with some passion than to be going after people that look just like you ultimately. That's my thought about that. I think if we really want to see some progress, we need to get past going after the easy target, which looks like us, and go after the real target that's after your identity, your resources, and your culture. Ain't enough of that happening though. It's not enough of that happening. It's too much like, oh, let me just get the guy that looks like me because What's he gonna do? What can he do about it except for make another diss at me? And that's cool because the number's gonna go up. And that's what it'd be about in the end. Just kind of manipulation of attention and urgency to get the numbers to go up. Well, I wanted to know just generally what you think of it because I don't really think it's that entertaining in the end. Like I wish that there would be a little bit more diversity in the conversations that we're having about music production because I want to say that a big part of what makes the content creator stuff go stale is the fact that there's not a whole lot of interest from the community in other topics. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. There's not like a whole lot of interest in other topics. So then you see basically the reason that you see so many videos that are just about NPC, 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 because the interest from the audience ain't there. You talk about some other stuff. Yeah, they ain't gonna watch it. And you can't expect somebody to kill their channel on YouTube because we talking about YouTube. YouTube is one of those places where you got to be very careful what you do and what you don't do. You can't expect somebody to kill their channel for the sake of trying to be diverse in the content and messages because if you ain't clicking on it, then that's sending that signal to YouTube like this is not good content. So let's tank the video, and then ultimately you start to tank your channel. And I think for your favorites out there that make content often, you want them to be inspired and motivated to continue doing what they're doing, because the moment it turns into I can't make any real progress, they ain't gonna do that for forever. I mean, some of y'all saw the Club Shay Shay interview with Scarface, and Scarface was talking about the problems with the unit economics of music and how streaming has messed it up and all that. And then some of you may have seen Master P talking about there ain't no money in music. So when you start talking like that, and you got like guys that have made money in music talking like that, and then you got this domain of content creation that you see some people are trying to monetize. If you create a situation where like they basically can't make money unless they are giving you either drama or the same topic over and 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 over, right? Listen, at a certain point, you can't complain then if you're only getting the same thing over and over, because content creators pay attention to what you click on. You don't click on certain topics, you ain't gonna get that from them again. I could tell you multiple topics that you probably won't see on the Ultra West channel again. Not on the YouTube channel. You might see it elsewhere from me, but you ain't gonna see it on the Ultra West channel no more, because it's like y'all don't care about that. I probably will never make another video on the main Ultra West channel talking about selling beats. The numbers don't support it. I'm sorry. Like, even though I could tell you quite a bit about it because I've sold quite a bit of beats, probably more than your average person has. But I can't talk about it because the numbers don't support it. So if the numbers don't support it, it's like I'm not gonna sit up here and play around with that. I could be spending my time doing other stuff. No reason for me to put together, edit videos, and do any of that stuff to throw something out there that nobody really wants to hear from you. That's just one example, but there's plenty of other things. I think there's a lack of diversity in the content that is really driven by the audience more so than the content creators. But one thing that most of the content creators do know is that some good drama, numbers going up. Numbers going all the way up. The numbers going all the way up with some good drama. I don't care how petty the drama is. I don't care how silly the drama is. Numbers going up. I do think though there's a little too much like pocket watching in the community. Oh, how this person got this, all this, how that person, like, people did it to me all the time. Like, how you get all that gear? I paid for it. Like, why is that even a question or concern? We start pocket watching each other though, like, oh, this person got this many, this many accolades, or this many this, or this many that. It's like, okay, there's a difference between like, what someone may appear to have versus what they actually have. If someone has certain experiences that they've learned lessons from, they're qualified to talk about it. We kind of pick and choose who's able to say certain things, even if they have experience or can show receipts. I think as far as like the diversity of content is concerned, though, some of it is up to us and what we actually are willing to watch and explore. There's a lack of exploration in general, lack of curiosity that I find that's just pervasive in general that needs to be addressed. Personally, I tend to watch a lot of content that only has maybe a couple hundred views. I think because I come from that old school YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on YouTube for like 18 years. I come from that old school where it looked a certain way. I can kind of look at certain videos that come across and I say, okay, okay, this about to be that real right here. It ain't the so guys, today we're gonna do like anytime I see that, I know that ain't the real. That's that YouTuber stuff. I don't want that. I want that other thing when it's like, okay, that's that real. He just turned the camera on and it's not perfectly lit, but I'm about to see some real stuff right now. So I love watching those videos. Here's a good example. This my bro, but here's a good example of a channel that probably ain't getting that many views and stuff and just be doing some real stuff like RTO. Some of y'all know him, But yeah, he's been around for a minute and real beat sessions and stuff, I'm not gonna play it, I'm gonna respect his stuff. Y'all go watch him and y'all go subscribe to him as well. RTO Beats. He been doing it for a minute. 183 videos. But he's been around for such a long time. Look how far back we're going. We're talking about 13 years. He still got beats. He 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that. Oh, that's that old pad control. That long. We talking about stuff like that. You know what I mean? I love channels like that. That's just one example. I can show you others, but I'm on that kind of stuff. I love a channel where it's like, yeah, like they've been doing that for a long time and they stayed true to it. And it's basically, it ain't getting a lot of the mainstream love. They don't have 10,000, 18,000, 30,000, 70,000. They don't have that. They don't have that. They just have the passion and the love for the music, and they gonna do it regardless of how many views they get or not. It's just gonna be something that they're doing because that's what they're on. That's what they want to express themselves. I love a channel like that, especially when it's not trying to like come across as a perfectly scripted conversation that, hits every mark and does every single thing that, a perfect video should do, because people aren't perfect. People are not perfect at all. And this expectation that everything is perfect on YouTube really kind of kills things as well. Like, just in the content creation domain in general, I think that it just kills the creativity and the reality of the content that we get ultimately when we force people into this paradigm of being like a perfect robotic feeling character. And that's why I was trying to tell y'all, like, it's time to show up authentically and not how everybody is kind of being trained to show up with their music. Yeah, everything can't be a marketing video. That's right. Everything can't be that. Because if everything's that, then we might as well just bow down to AI now and just let them do their thing. Here's another channel. I'll show you another channel. He's starting to get some traction now, but he's been doing it for so long. Some of y'all know this channel, Sun Civil Media. Look, 916 videos. 916 videos. He's been doing it for a minute too, man. He's been doing it for a minute. Yeah, I love channels like this. Channels like this are, I think it's about the culture. It's about the love of the actual thing. It's just music. Everybody like to talk about the same channels. Like, oh, like this person, like This person got a million subs. This person got this many. It's like, dude, I always love underground music. You know what I mean? And I look at the YouTube thing the same way. I like the underground stuff. I like the stuff people ain't talking about. Like, I was never like just the mainstream guy. Why should I be like that with YouTube when we talking about like I'm still looking at music production stuff. So like I like the underground stuff. I want to hear the real stuff. I don't want to hear the extra glossy stuff only. Like, I mean, there's a place for that too. I'll watch some of that too, like the extra glossy, like, well-produced stuff. As far as YouTube, it has its place, and sometimes you need that. Sometimes that's just what the doctor ordered is that sort of thing. But yeah, here go another video I watched recently. I don't even know these cats. These guys right here, Daydrian, he got 7 subscribers. I'll watch stuff like this. I promise you. Like this one, like when I see something like this come on my feed, I'm watching this. Look at all the records back there. A lot of y'all love like Mad Lib and Pete Rock and all these kind of cats, and they studios look just like this. Like hella records everywhere, stuff all over there. It doesn't look all glossy. You don't see all the perfect lighting and perfectly staged stuff. Like, no, this the real. This is what a real studio look like. So I love this. Yeah, that came across my feed. I'm looking at that. It's too easy to talk about mainstream, and I just don't. That's not the music listening culture I come from. I don't come from that music listening culture of just talking about the mainstream. Like, I know a lot of y'all love you some Drake, and that's okay. I never got into Drake personally. That doesn't make my taste better than yours. I just never got into him, and I just found he was a little bit too commercial and polished for what I like musically. So I'm not super into that. Like, I'm not super mainstream oriented. So I love to find something that's like not mainstream. Not just for the sake of not being mainstream. I like it for listening to the uniqueness and the passion that comes with artists that are not mainstream. I think that's important culturally. It's important culturally to go beyond just the mainstream artists, the mainstream producers, the mainstream beat makers. We all know who they are. Yeah, this cat right here, great channel, not mainstream, has some dope content. This cat right here, Alex Elliott. Dope content, dope production. He don't have a huge channel. He's not even over 10K. Like, not that that matters, but because we try to make it seem like it matters, because we'll judge whether we watch somebody's channel based upon how many views they got and how many subscribers they got and all this content authority stuff. This dude got some dope content. Like, talking about high-end equipment and stuff and beat making and all kind of stuff. This dude is dope. This dude is dope, and he does something different from me. I don't feel like I'm in competition with people like that. It's like he just has his own thing, and it's dope. And I think the way he runs his channel is dope. There's so many, but I just think as people that are music connoisseurs, I think we should be just as interested in discovery with the YouTube content as we are with music, supposedly, right? I think some folks that say that they're so into like the culture and the music and want to see stuff that's different and all that stuff don't really be looking for no underground stuff for real.